Well, good morning, everyone. And this is a 45-minute class on mindfulness, really, which, as we know, is a big, big subject. And in a way, it's a little bit optimistic to think we're going to cover a 2,500-year-old tradition in the space of 45 minutes. It's going to take a while, but just to really give you a few, how to say, starting points to establish a mindfulness practice. We're really going to start. So we're going to start by doing a little bit of breath awareness, just to really steady the mind. The first thing really on being mindful is to just start to steady the mind and to slow down, or if not slow down the train of thoughts, to be able to kind of take that stance of distance from what you're thinking and what you're feeling, so you can see yourself a bit more clearly. Hi, Paul. I'm just going to put you on mute and sit yourself down. Lovely to see you. Good morning. Right. So just really making yourself comfortable for this 45 minutes is one of the main things. And I really do mean that if you know, honestly, truly, that you don't particularly like sitting on the floor because you start to feel uncomfortable, really do gauge that now, and don't think you're going to get a better practice or it's going to be more meaningful or something by just kind of struggling with the body through that. Use a chair. The whole kind of practice of meditation and mindfulness really doesn't work when you're fighting with your body. We're almost trying to do the opposite, which is to make sure the body is as relaxed as it would be if you were taking yourself towards sleep. And so if when you're sitting, you're not feeling at all that relaxed and you really couldn't even contemplate falling asleep, find a kind of means of sitting so you could kind of get to that place. Which doesn't mean to say when you're in a chair that you're going to then be slouching and slumping. Do keep your spine lifting slightly so your energy can rise up the spine. So taking a comfortable stance and just letting your eyes shut. And with your eyes shut, just let your mind rest on your breath. Now, with any set of instructions, probably comes a whole set of reactions to those instructions. Some of us, we get busy doing, so we start to try to shape the breath. We start to make the breath into something we think it should be or shouldn't be. So for these moments, just letting go of that thinking, if you do notice yourself starting, and just seeing if you can feel your breath. By which I mean to say the physical sensation of the breath. So, bringing your mind to the awareness of the touch of breath down in your belly. And you may need or want to just breathe a little bit more deeply to establish that point of contact. And so you'll start to feel the rise and fall of the breath in the belly. And now let yourself immerse into that feeling. Don't feel now you've got to make the body breathe more deeply, more fully, or anything like that. Just letting yourself feel the breath as you're finding it, whether that's shallow, fast, slow. Just letting yourself inhabit fully the body as it is, and yourself witnessing that. And from the surface sensation of your breath, sensation of breath outside the body, Really do see if you can now start to feel the breath, the touch of breath internally inside you. And following the flow of your in-breath and the flow of your out-breath. Keep following your breath fully, deeply. Letting the breath flow as it is. And as you follow the flow of an entire inhalation, just noting as you find it. And following the flow of an entire out-breath, out the other side. And breath to breath, letting the mind settle. And if you notice your mind is busy thinking, wanting to do, just noting that tendency without feeling you have to stop it at all, just letting that tendency flow, but standing back a little bit. So you don't need to follow any thoughts, any sense of needing to do. You can just watch those thoughts as you might lie on your back and watch clouds in the sky. And drawing the mind back and into the breath. Don't feel you have to do anything or feel anything in particular. All you need to do is observe and witness the breath. Each in-breath, each out-breath, touch of breath in the belly. And if, when the mind wants to wander into daydreaming, into thinking, planning, or maybe into sending instructions to your body to move in this way or that way, to breathe in a certain way, just noticing those mental impulses without actually having to follow them. And so lifting your mind, your awareness back, as if you were leading a horse by the reins, gently, firmly, back to the breath. Become curious about your breath, as if you were a detective investigating it. What does it actually feel like to consciously breathe? To be aware as you can, doing so. Breath to breath, moment to moment. If at any point you do need to move, and do so quietly, gently, so as not to disturb the mind settling. And now, your eyes still shut, opening out the field of awareness. So from making the breath your primary point of focus, now just loosening that focal point and just letting your mind travel wherever it wants to travel. Allowing it to travel freely without choosing where it needs to go. And before too long, you may notice that your mind has settled on either sensation in the body, maybe a particular mood or feeling, maybe something in your surroundings, sounds. What else? Onto thoughts. And so wherever your awareness, your attention comes to rest, just opening up the field of awareness to note this. Don't feel you have to react or respond to what you note. Just noticing where the mind is drawn. And then, as if you were a detective, investigating it, witnessing it from a distance. A bit like you're watching a DVD of this inner landscape of your mind. Allowing your mind to travel freely, choiceless awareness. And wherever your attention is drawn, just noting this simple language, and then watching, observing. Trying to observe with fresh eyes, curiosity, as a child would watch. Drop of rain falling from a leaf. And if you notice you're getting caught up in thoughts, just notice the mind is thinking, and then putting those thoughts down, letting the mind travel freely again. Or else you can bring the mind back to the breath for a few moments to refocus. Don't feel you have to do anything. Just observing, witnessing, wherever the mind is drawn. And becoming curious, like a child, investigating wherever the mind comes to rest. Sensation, feeling, thoughts, wherever the awareness lights. Note the feeling tone of the mind. Is it restless? Does it feel settled? Agitated, calm, happy, sad? Noting your relationship at this moment in space and time to yourself. Your relationship to what you perceive. And allowing your awareness to travel freely from one thing to another thing, without feeling you have to change this flow in any shape or form. Now gently guiding your mind back into the breath. Touch your breath in your belly. Following your in-breath into your out-breath. Each breath, a new moment. If and when you note the mind gets caught up in thinking, just noticing that impulse and then guiding your attention back to the breath, time and again. Be mindful of each breath. Opening up your awareness to note each breath as it comes and as it goes. Each moment as it comes and it goes. And in the next few moments, we're going to open our eyes, the gaze being soft. And when your eyes open, still see if you can hold this sense of mindfulness within you. So keep that steady gaze even though your senses are drawing you outwards. Keep that steady gaze inwards on the breath, to holding the mind steady, even as your senses get pulled in different directions. Keep feeling the breath. Holding the body relaxed and the mind relaxed as you watch. Almost like you're taking a childlike stance, watching with curiosity, with wonder even, whatever happens to cross into your field of awareness. So this is really the starting point of a meditation practice. We've kind of gone from an anapana, a breath awareness practice, focusing the breath. So you're almost looking to draw your attention into this one point of focus, a bit like you've got a camera and you're just focusing in on one point of attention. And so we've been using the breath like an object to focus our attention on. And with that one point of focus of attention, the mind, as you probably felt, starts to settle. It's no longer pulled by the various sensory inputs around you. With eyes shut, it's very helpful because you kind of close down some of your senses. And so you can start to channel your mental energy to just watch and observe the breath. And in doing so, the mind calms down. And as the mind calms, you may have had moments, or not, it does depend on what the state of mind is in that moment in time. You may have had notice when you found your field of awareness opening up a little bit. So suddenly it maybe felt a little bit more spacious, quite peaceful watching the breath, as you could start to see your thoughts as thoughts, quite separate in a way from one another, held in this big field of awareness, a boundless field of awareness. Or you may have started to notice different sensations, but you could see them a little bit more clearly as they are, rather than feeling immediately that warmth of attention and energy going into them and trying to do something with them. From the breath awareness practice, we moved into a practice called Vipassana, insight meditation, which really is in Buddhist philosophy. It's seen to be the starting point, the foundation of meditation, the establishment of mindfulness, by which to say, you're not trying to become someone. You're not trying to become a better person, a calmer person, a more, inverted commas here, spiritual person. And you're definitely not trying to kind of look like this, like you're sitting and looking so beautifully peaceful and sublime and serene. Really not. All you're doing in establishing mindfulness is becoming aware of the whole messy business, the beautiful, sublime business, but quite chaotic business of being human. Becoming aware of those sides of the mind that we like and we really enjoy. Those beautiful qualities such as joy, happiness, patience, equanimity, those nice states of mind, but also becoming aware of all the other states of mind that maybe aren't so pleasant. Anger, shame, impatience, guilt, all the other stuff that we also harbour as part of being human. And in sitting with that childlike curiosity, you can start to see them more clearly as they are, rather than having to react to them and trying to do something, either trying to erase them and rub them out, or else push them away because you don't like how they make you feel, or trying to shape them into something else, trying to suddenly feel happy or become better or become more patient. Just sitting and watching, you can see that energy as it is, losing the fear of it. And as you sit and watch, slowly that energy, a bit like a weather system, like the sun or the rain, the wind, or the snow, it will slowly burn itself out. And so as that energy dissipates, you literally are freeing yourself. You literally are no longer bound by those states of mind. You're free. And that really, from a Buddhist perspective, is freedom from suffering, the second noble truth. Not to kind of reach out and achieve something, or trying to do something to become this person, but actually just being yourself, totally comfortable in your own skin, without needing to react to different thought processes, to different states of mind or emotions as they appear. Being able to watch them and then choose what you do with them. So that's a starting point for mindfulness. We're now moving on to a little practice which is quite useful in just fine-tuning that sense of awareness. So for those who came a bit later, if you could just go and get yourself from your kitchen something like a piece of dried fruit, like a raisin or a cranberry, a dried apricot. If you don't have something like that, a bit of cereal, a bit of bread, any bit of fruit like an apple, just a small bit of something, I'll just give you a couple of moments to do that and then come back. For those of you who are still here, just still you can see if you can still keep holding a steady gaze on your breath, even as your senses have probably been pulled here and there, as happens being alive. Just holding that finely tuned attention, awareness of the body breathing, bringing the mind home. The more you can feel yourself within the body, the more present you can be. Because ultimately, in this framework, this architecture, it's the only way really to experience things through your senses, through the sensation of touch, contact with yourself. Thoughts coming and going, emotions passing. And so you can start to see whatever you thought was very real and permanent, or what you were, actually is in a state of flux, in a state of change, passing through. It's impermanent, which opens up many question marks, but we won't go there quite now. So now with your piece of fruit, your raisin or whatever you have, if you now just pick it up and look at it. Look at it really, really closely. And feel it. Feel its texture. Note how the mind may try to define it. It's like this, or it's like that. It feels like this, like that. Just noticing those words. And coming back to explore it as if you had never seen whatever you're holding. As if you had never seen it before. Looking at it so closely, feeling it. The sense of it. The essence of it. If, whenever your mind wants to wander or gets caught up by something else, just keep drawing it back time and again. Gently encouraging, prompting the mind to refocus. And then, bringing whatever you're holding, bringing it up to your nose and allowing yourself to smell and to take in that smell. And allowing your eyes to shut, we're going to take the smallest bite of this thing and just hold it in the mouth for a few moments without swallowing, chewing. Just feeling that sensation, ingestion. And just feeling the taste of it sitting in your mouth. And then, when you're ready to, you can start to chew. And just feeling the explosion of taste within the mouth, the sense of chewing, eating, being aware each moment that you're doing so. And then, with the rest of your little piece of fruit or food, just doing the same. Looking, seeing, touching, feeling, smelling, and then tasting, as if you were doing this for the first time. Really fine-tuning your awareness to the textures, to the experience of what you're doing. And then, letting go of the practice. So allowing your eyes to shut again. Just making sure you're comfortable as well. Do change seated position if you'd like to. And from the base of your spine, just allowing the spine to draw up, to fill space along its frame, the architecture of the body. And feeling your breath traveling up along the spine from its base up towards your crown. And then flowing back down again towards the base. Following your breath as it flows through the body. And your awareness, being aware of the entire body, the entire passage of respiration through you. Letting your field of awareness expand. And feeling your breath as energy, as raw energy flowing through you. This pulse of your vitality. Feeling the breath as light, golden white light that knows no boundaries, no barriers, no sense of division, just pure, boundless light flowing through you, around you. Letting yourself feel light, to rest in light, to be light. And hands coming up to your heart into prayer. And feeling the touch of hands to the heart. And feeling the touch, your breath, your vitality within the body. And to this flow of vitality, allowing your palms to lift up above the head and there opening out the fingers. The gesture of receiving. And then guiding them down towards your crown, the seat of your consciousness. And then to your third eye. This field of intuition, intuitive awareness. Down to your throat, a channel of communication between yourself, the world outside. And then hands arriving back and in your heart. And to the source of the heart's energy, this flow of guidance within you. To this, bowing forward. And to each other and ourselves. And hands coming back down to the lap. And your eyes opening again. And feeling the earth beneath you, the sky above you, allowing your eyes to open. And letting go of the practice. Thank you.